Vice President Biden made a trip to the politically important state of Florida on Wednesday, gave a speech that some saw as a kind of a political speech perhaps, and raised the question again, one that's going to dominate talk over the next couple of weeks, which is Vice President Biden going to run for president, challenge Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders in the Democratic primary? That question raises two problems the Vice President would have to consider as he contemplates this decision. Two big problems. One, where do I run ideologically in the Democratic Party? And what's my path through the primary calendar that makes sense? He'd have to have good answers to both those questions, I think, before he plunges in. On the question of the ideology, he could run to the left of Hillary Clinton. The problem with that this year, obviously, is Bernie Sanders has taken up a lot of that space. He could try to run to the right of Hillary Clinton. The problem with that is that she's tried to keep one foot firmly in the center of the political spectrum herself. I think inevitably he'd have to run as what he probably always would be anyway, which is the extension of the two Obama terms, the candidate who would promise a third Obama term. That is probably a better proposition now than it would have been, say, 6 months or so ago. So that's the political question. The calendar question is tricky too. Where does he find a firm footing early in the calendar? The first two states obviously are Iowa and New Hampshire. Those are states that place a premium on spending a lot of time and having a big organization. He's behind the curve on both of those because he simply hasn't had time to spend time in Iowa and New Hampshire, hasn't built an organization there. The next big state, South Carolina, is a state that should be friendly for him. He's always done well there, has a lot of friends. The problem there is he would run into a problem that would recur through the South, which is large African-American population voters very loyal to Hillary Clinton. So in the end, I think the path he'd take would probably have to be to hope to be respectable early and push through until he gets to friendlier territory in the upper Midwest.